So Gaffer, 3 days on from the Woking game, I'm sure nobody was any more disappointed than you were, but what's the reaction from the players been like?
They were very disappointed in the dressing room after the game. Because of the 2 games and because the effort was there, it was just the quality wasn't there, and we we let goals in at silly times, especially against Woking early on, which gave them obviously the onus. Then we get ourselves sent off, which was still debatable, both of them. But you've seen that, and you've had a look at that and felt it was certainly Ali's one wasn't a sending off, and we didn't feel that Chiori's first one was even a booking. It was just a good tackle sort of thing. But anyway, but they were disappointed because you get beat 4-0 at home, and you don't want to do that. Whether you got 10 men, 5 men left on, whatever it is, you're just disappointed. They were the same. So, of course, Downsy said our piece and give them a couple of days off to think about it, and hopefully they can come, because they'd have had, a lot of them would have had 2 games in 3 days, and that's pretty hard going with 11 men, let alone with 10 men. And I'm hoping that this morning they'll all come in ready for the next challenge, which is obviously Maidenhead.
Now, before anyone gets too down, you obviously don't have to go back very far at all from an excellent performance from the team. Began the bank holiday weekend so well with that gutsy point in adversity at Notts County. That result seemed to be built upon on a very strong start from your side. Now that's very important, isn't it?
It was. Our game plan worked. We had some very good chances early on against Notts County with 11 men. We scored when we had 10 men. Danny Wright's goal, which was a fantastic goal. And all looked good, but always disappointed on and off the field that we went down to 10 men anyway, because we felt a little bit, what's the word? Well, I'll say agree that in the next game that Chiori got sent off, and it was, here we go again, our luck's in, our not is not in, and it was a little bit of a follow on from the cup final, really. I say cup final, the playoff final. So we got to try and get rid of that tag of being a little bit unlucky with decisions against us. But we got to keep going and giving our best. The lads are trying. They're not trying. I don't think anybody can see anybody not trying. It's just you've got to be aware that oppositions are good enough to beat you in adversity, and that's what we got to be aware of, and we've got to be very professional in our outlook, in our way of thinking, and hopefully get some results back pretty quick. It's another reason why I talk about 10 games, because if I'd have said 3 games, everybody would have asked me to get rid of everybody, and we've only got 1 point out of 9 or whatever it was, and get rid of them all. But you have to give the new lads a little bit of a chance to bed in. A lot of them haven't played at this level. They've got the ability for this level, but they have to get the mental state and the passion that's needed at this level. They've all got that, but they've got to put it into practice week in, week out.
A fantastic thing about football at this level, of course, is that no sooner have you seen the back of one game, you start building up towards another one. And obviously got Maidenhead on Saturday. They've made a decent start to the season with a win over Halifax and Dover before losing to Weymouth. They'll be another difficult proposition, won't they?
Yeah, you can't go into any game without having a good look at them and looking at their strengths and weaknesses, as we've always, every week we say it, because they all have got strengths, and you've got to try and get into their weaknesses. They would feel the same about us. We've got to try and improve our weaknesses and make sure that we put their weaknesses under pressure, and that's really where the thinking comes in. Teacup we call it, which is thinking correctly under pressure. So it's not just when you're on the training ground, It's when you're actually on the field of play, in the battle, do you make the right decisions at the right time? So, you know, we have to do a lot of work that builds up to a game, and we haven't had a lot of time in between games. But eventually, you hope that it sinks in. You want it to sink in early, but at the moment, there's still a few things that people haven't quite grasped as a group, and you know, we've got to keep working on that until all of a sudden you go, there it is. That's exactly what we've been trying to achieve.
Finally, Gaffer, with Jory Johnson sitting out the Maidenhead game following his red card, the availability of Ali Omar is following his suspension is obviously welcome news, isn't it?
Yeah, it's, you know, he was gutted because he knew he'd done the right thing, made a tackle. He still wanted to apologise to the boys after, because you know, not all of us had seen it, but he didn't say anything, but we said, we've seen it, don't worry, it's not down to you. It was a good tackle in the end. So yeah, it's good to have him back. Sorry to lose Chiori, but you know, if we can keep 11 men on the pitch, then that'll be nice for this week.